It's got to be real.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please take your seats? Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may recognise this next guest appearing in such films as The Mummy, Gladiator and The Infidel. He is also an award-winning stand-up comedian, so please welcome your host for this evening, Amir.
Thank you, good evening. Let's have a big round of applause for the Chacarellas, ladies and gentlemen, our dancers today. Weren't they fantastic? Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor and privilege to be here at the inaugural dinner at Amir Foundation, raising money for underprivileged children all around the world. Amir is here with us tonight. I'm so happy that he's here. He's also asked me by Twitter. This shows you Amir's sense of humor. He said to me, please will you host my event? I said, I couldn't do it on that date. He goes, can you recommend someone else? I said, how about Sanjeev Bhaskar or Russell Peters? They're very big in India. And Amir said, yes, so is poverty, dysentery, and something else I was going to say. It was very funny. They made me laugh. Poverty, famine, and dysentery, they're also big in India. I thought that would get a bigger laugh to start off with. I was obviously misjudged that last joke. This is what happens when you ask an Iranian to come and host your event. People want me to do comedy. I don't know anything about comedy. I know for you, an Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotsman, that's a joke. To us, that's a hostage situation. And like Amir, one of the reasons why I've been asked to be here, because I'm also a British Asian, I'm a British Iranian. Amir is, I was very happy when Amir became the youngest ever boxing Olympic medalist, because at that time I also came into prominence. The BBC were looking for someone like me, someone with an ethnic sounding name, Amir Jalili, a very English sounding voice. There's a whole bunch of us, Amir Khan, Rita Chakrabarti, Zainab Badawi. These are ethnic names with a very English sounding voice. And this is the reason why Trevor McDonald left the BBC, because they were trying to change his name to Mamchat Bagalawala. And again, I thought that'd get a bigger laugh, to be honest. But being a British Iranian is I heard that Amir actually lives in America right now, is that right? He lives working in San Francisco, and we've just heard that there's a good possibility he'll be fighting Floyd Mayweather, ladies and gentlemen. The fight is on with Floyd Mayweather next year. I met Floyd Mayweather, and I said, Mr. Mayweather, it's such an honor to meet you. You're a big boxing person. He goes, yeah, I'm the man. I'm a boxer. I love boxing, as he is in it. Now, again, I thought that would get a laugh. Amir didn't even crack a smile at that one. I can see he's already getting ready for it. But also, being a British Iranian, it's a tough one for me, because I know Amir lives in America, and you know, being a British Iranian, half of me has a natural hatred for anything American, and the other half exactly the same. It's true. I feel for my, you know, being a British Iranian means that, you know, my British side loves the royal family. I love the British royal family, but my Iranian side hates me for this. I did the Royal Variety performance, and I met Prince Charles. I said, Your Royal Highness, it's a marvellous honour to perform for you, you dirty, filthy, imperialist bastard. And may I say your wife is looking beautiful tonight. Oh, cover your face, you Jezebel! I can see your ankles! Spare a thought for my cousin in America, who's half American, half Iranian, spends most of his waking hours trying to invade himself. But I will say, also, before we introduce Amir, we're going to show a little film. Amir was born and raised in Bolton. If anyone's been to Bolton, in the middle of Bolton, what passes laughingly as a town centre, you'll see there's a Paddy Power next to a Ladbrokes. And round the corner, there are 3 more gambling shops. which is ironic, because if you're born and raised in Bolton, you're obviously down on your luck. Again, I thought that'd get a bigger laugh. That's going to be the whole evening. I'm going to keep saying, I thought that'd get a bigger laugh. I will say also, I was very disturbed, ladies and gentlemen, that I was a victim of very lazy racism when we arrived in Manchester. Somebody recognized me and they used the P word. Yes, I was called a Paki, ladies and gentlemen, and I couldn't believe it. So I had to tell the person, I said, excuse me, sir, that is lazy racism for 3 reasons. Number 1, the word is Pakistani. It's only 4 syllables. You can't be bothered, you say Paki, that's lazy. Number 2, I'm not from Pakistan, I'm from Iran, which neighbors, in fact, we're neighbors with Pakistan. Similar people, different culture. And number 3, most importantly, as an Iranian, I hate Paki. I do, I really do. They come to this country, they take all our jobs, they take the money back to their own. Sorry, not Pakis, Polish. I always get them mixed up. I'm so sorry. Any Polish people here? What about them Romanians? We don't want them here, do we? Sorry, that's a routine I've been doing for the Let's Kick Racism Out of Football comedy workshops I've been doing for Millwall Football Club. Do we have any football fans here? I hear some of the any people from Bolton Football Club here? Welcome. I hear Phil Gartside's here. You know, if you want to know something about the passion of Asia, I would recommend you watch during the World Cup. Did you all enjoy the World Cup? It was fantastic. When Lionel Messi scores a goal in the Middle East, go on Egyptian commentary, because they go mad. Whenever there's a goal in the Premiership, like Giroud scores a tap in, they go, Giroud, Allah! They go nuts. Whenever Messi scores a goal, they go, Sahib al-Hulul, fi kull zaman, fi kull makan, hatta haddasa Messi, huwa da Messi, huwa da Messi, hatta haddasa Messi. And that's not the funny bit. The translation is incredible. The translation, because Messi is the stealer of hearts. Messi is the creator of solutions. Messi has the eye of the griffin. I tell you, Messi was a pre-existent soul made manifest in this life as the return of the Muhammad in football boots. I tell you, if Messi was gay, I look the other way. I don't care. If I saw Messi with his boyfriend at the same time biting on a crispy bacon sandwich, I still pray to Messi 5 times a day. Who are the Messi? And that's just football commentary for the World Cup. If you watch Egyptian football, it's very, very boring. Commentary reflects this. It says, so Muhammad back to Ahmad. Ahmad 1-2 with Muhammad. Ahmad. Crossfield to Muhammad. Muhammad back to Ahmad. Ahmad shoot, what a save by Ahmad. Oh, Muhammad follows up, that's a goal. 1-0, we go, that's the final whistle. We now go to the manager, Muhammad. What a great game that was. Well, thank you, Ahmad. I'd like to dedicate that goal to my wife, Muhammad Ahmad. And to my daughters, Muhammad, Muhammad. And to my newborn son, Ricky Martin. What a beautiful child. Couple of laughs. Anyway, we're going to move on because we started quite late. And what we're going to do now is we're going to see a little video. A video of the Amir Foundation. I'd like you all, if you can, take a couple of minutes to watch this. Thank you.
I started my boxing career in Bolton in the gym. I was around the corner from my house. The reason I started boxing was because I was a very hyperactive kid. I used to be full of energy, always getting into trouble in school, misbehaving at home. So my dad took me to a boxing club just to, divert my energy so positive.
Well, I never thought Amir would get where he is today. I mean, as a parent, obviously, I was there for him. He was very active, came very as a youngster, very full of energy, etc., hyperactive. I just took him to the gym, just to burn him out a little bit, so he would relax. But he loved it so much, he wanted to know where the next session was.
I remember the day I walked in, the first ever. I walked into the gym. You could smell, sweat, blood. It's like a damp smell. It was an underground gym. This was, and you can hear the bags being punched, people sparring, hitting each other and stuff. And I thought, this is the place I need to be, man. My dad's always been supportive about, you know, my whole career. You know, he's always been pushing me, giving me that drive. You know, motivating me to go to the gym and train hard and win fights. And also my uncle, you know, he's always been there supporting me. I mean, my family's been great in my career because they know I have talent and they motivate me and support me. But yeah, since the age of 8, I never ever look back. I'm glad I chose the sport boxing because it's totally changed my life around. It's made me the person I am.
I think Amir inspired me. He's the one that's inspired me. It's growing up with him, what he's achieved, and I'm boxing myself. So it's more he's my motivation. If he can do what I do, and it's good to have him there.
What inspired me to open the gym was, you know, I wanted to give something back to the community. I'm in a very lucky position. You know, God put me in, I worked hard to be in this position, and you know, it's boxing that's got me here. I remember when I went to the first gym, and you know, when I walked through the doors, it was a small gym which was just about running. I get around about 400 kids coming here a week. I charge my parents for a session. They come here, we get kids from the age of 7 to adults to do different classes we have throughout the day. We have great people coming helping out in voluntary work in the gym. I was a kid one time where I needed support doing something, and I never had these type of facilities, you know, that are around now. The facilities I provide for these kids, which it's next to nothing for them to come and join. You know, I've been involved in charity for such a long time, working with different charities. And like some Oxfam and PCC, Islamic Relief, and I thought, you know, I should start my own charity because I want to get hands-on myself. I want to go and visit places and see what work's being done, because I enjoy doing this. I love to help in the community. I love doing things that way. I had this dream, you know, I had this vision, and I needed the right team to, you know, make this happen. So I started the Amir Foundation. I got a friend of mine, Rizwan Malik, involved in this, and we both teamed up together and we started the Amir Foundation.
It's been absolutely brilliant working with Amir and the team to help set this foundation up. Something that we've been really excited about as a project, and something that I know Amir's been really keen on. I mean, for you, what it was mostly about inspiring young kids, wasn't it?
Definitely getting more kids involved, helping the youth, because I really believe the youth is the future.
Before we bring Amir up to say a few more words, I just want to say that I'm a huge boxing fan, and by boxing fan I mean I'm a huge fan of the George Foreman grill. George Foreman grill is a wonderful grill. If you haven't seen it, it's on a slant, which means all the fat of the meat gets sucked out and rolls down straight onto a piece of bread, which I'll eat with lots of cream and butter. Sorry, I'm going off point here. But I will say that Amir Khan is someone who I have to say has been an inspiration to all of us. He is the youngest silver medalist at the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. He's a champion. He's someone who all of Britain is proud of as a British Pakistani. And I'm really proud here tonight to introduce him, to say a few words on the inaugural night of his new Amir Khan Foundation. Please, we have a massive round of applause for Mr. Amir King Khan.
I can't forget going through the steps. This one doesn't work. Oh, it never works. Yeah. Just want to say thank you to everyone for turning up today. I mean, this is my Amir Khan Foundation. Something I've always been, you know, I've always wanted to have. I've helped a lot of charities in the past, and I always said to myself, look, I want to have my own foundation. And when I sat down with Riz Malik, we talked about it, and he said, look, it could be done. It took us about 6-7 months to, you know, organise and get everything right, the charity number and everything. And look, we're here now, launching the foundation. Now, the foundation, yeah, we want to not only help people around the world, but we want to help the grassroots, you know, like in England, we want to help the local areas, we want to make sure we support the deprived areas, build boxing gyms, support football clubs, give them shirts, equipment, footballs, whatever it is, and that's what we're focusing on. You know, God's put me in a great position, put me in a position where, you know, financially I'm secure and I've got such a fan base. In 2 weeks, we sell all these tickets. I mean, thank you very much for all turning up here. And you know, I want to use my, you know, I want to use my image and my personality for something positive, so people come and support what I'm supporting. You know, I'm only supporting the good things in the world. You know, people who need help. We're very fortunate to be in a life like this, where, you know, we got clean water, we got food. But there's people on the other side of the world who don't have anything. And I've seen it hands-on myself. I was in Gambia, and what we saw in Gambia, you know, was heartbreaking, honestly. It was real upsetting. And that's the reason, you know, I want to build an orphanage, I want to help the poor people. Because I really believe that when you help the poor, or you help people, God will reward you in many other ways. And maybe that's why, you know, I'm in a position like this. My parents, my mum and dad have always been involved in charity work from such a young age, and they motivate me to, you know, get into charity as well. My wife's here, my mother-in-law's here, my uncle, auntie, I mean, they're all the same, you know, helping charities and everyone, and brothers and sisters. Harun, my brother, who also is part of this Amir Khan Foundation, who was out with me in Gambia, even, you know, he must have, I seen a tear in his eye when we were, you know, going to different villages, seeing kids and everything. So I want to say thank you very much for taking part in this. Every penny is going to make a massive difference to the people in Gambia for the orphanage. Now, this is not the only orphanage we want to build. We want to build many around the world. You know, we want to support the people who need our help. So I hope you all get behind me and show the support as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amir. Amir is really an inspiration to all of us as one of the new emerging faces of British Muslims. Islam has taken a battering in the public eye, and I know, I mean, I'm not a Muslim, but I often say I'm a Muslim on a plane. If you say you're a Muslim on a plane in a slightly aggressive way, you get a bit more leg room sometimes. You say, are you Muslim? I say, Alhamdulillah! I get the whole first class carriage to myself. Amir's work is heartfelt and is a real example to all of us. And just to continue with more about the foundation itself, I'd like to ask the CEO of our event partner, Penny Appeal, to come on the stage, say a few more words. Please would you welcome Amir Naeem.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I greet you with the best of greetings. Peace be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What an honor it is to be here working with the Amir Khan Foundation here in this inaugural launch. And it's not just about this launch. Penny Appeal and the Foundation. Is this good? Penny Appeal and the Foundation are going to be working together as strategic partners. Penny Appeal is going to be working as a delivery partner for the Amir Khan Foundation in both its international work and some of its domestic work here in the UK too. We all know and we absolutely adore what Amir Khan has actually managed to do in such a young age, alhamdulillah. But I do honestly believe this partnership, this coming together, this synergy that the two organisations bring by coming together this way, is going to allow both the Foundation and Penny Appeal to punch way above their already significant weights. Now, of course, we all know that Amir is no stranger to giving back to his community. We know about the gym that he's actually set up in his hometown, Bolton, where he takes disadvantaged children, gives them confidence, gives them competencies so that they can actually work and engage with wider society in a really, really positive way. So that's why it was no surprise to us when the Amir Khan Foundation, Amir's father, Taz, Riz Malik, honed in on Penny Appeal's Orphan Kind project, because that's pretty much the same thing that we actually do with orphans and needy children across the world. We're giving them confidence. We don't just take care of their food security needs or just their bodily needs. We take care of their spirit, their hearts, their intellect, their mind, give it a holistic approach, so that when they actually emerge from having actually worked with us and spent time with us, that they actually are able to positively contribute back to the society in which they're actually in. So alhamdulillah, it's going to be a great first project, and you're going to hear a lot more about that project, inshallah, as the evening goes on. But this coming together, Penny Appeal, alhamdulillah, has significant infrastructure and a lot of experience. And coming together with Amir's style and competence, I think you can all tonight give generously and give confidently that every single penny you will donate will have a significant amount of value added to it because of the synergy. So when it actually hits the ground, it's that much more impactful, inshallah. This Ramadan, Penny Appeal broke a Guinness World Record, an official Guinness World Record in the service of the poor and the needy. So my last message is very specifically to Amir, from I suppose I can say, from this world champion to that world champion, and from this Amir to that Amir, that we can't just be champions and leaders in the world. We have to be champions and leaders for the world. And I, for one, I'm going to be thrilled and I'm very excited that I'm going to be walking that journey with you, working alongside with you, and helping fight poverty with you, inshallah, today, tomorrow, and well into the future. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much. And now to hear something about the aims and the objectives of the Amir Khan Foundation, I'd like to welcome onto the stage one of the trustees of the foundation to say a few words. Please would you welcome Riz Malik.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, distinguished guests, good evening and welcome to this evening's inaugural launch of the Amir Khan Foundation. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all for this evening's very important and significant event. It is the inaugural launch of Amir's charity, the Amir Khan Foundation. I won't take too much time, but I'll give you a brief snapshot of what the vision of the foundation is. I remember about a year ago, we were sat at a dinner somewhere, and I remember we were speaking about charity, and the discussion was very heated and very passionate about what Amir felt about charity, what he wanted to give. And I knew already from seeing sort of his career grow over the last 7-8 years that he's been someone who's always been very charitable and someone who's always been there for a cause, regardless of what it's been. He's always been there available to support and help. But the one thing that became very evident to me during that discussion is that he had a real passion for it. It was something that he wanted to do, it was something that he was very passionate about, and something that he wanted to fulfill as part of his life, as something that he wanted beyond his boxing career, something that he wanted to be beyond his working and family life. So from there, we had a discussion of the possibility of him having his own charity. And for me, it was an absolute no-brainer. Somebody who devotes so much time, energy, travels around the world so much, but still makes the effort to help and support those that are needy, those that need help, out of his way all the time. It made absolute sense for him to have his own foundation. But then it was important, as Brother Amir will tell you, as somebody who's absolutely right, he's a world champion for charity, and Penny Appeal are very lucky to have somebody like Brother Amir, who's been working in the charity sector for over 20 years. When you begin a charity, when you want to help those in need, you have to have a vision. Because the world today has so many needy people across the whole globe, including here in the UK, that you can't, as much as you want, as much as your heart wants you to, go out there and reach out and help everybody. You physically can't do it. So we wanted to have some very clear objectives. We wanted to have a very clear vision of what the Amir Khan Foundation would do. And for me, that vision and those objectives had to come from Amir himself. And I'll be honest with you, it only took him a number of seconds when we began the conversation that he wanted to support and help children who needed help, who needed moral support, who needed any kind of lift to improve the quality of their life across the world, and here, especially in the UK. And again, as mentioned earlier, Amir's been doing this for a number of years through the gym, through gloves and Bolton, and he's raised the aspirations, he's inspired so many children across Bolton and Manchester and Lancashire that it was a marriage made in heaven for him to start his own charity that was going to continue that work far, far, far away from Bolton and across the whole globe. So ladies and gentlemen, our vision in the Amir Khan Foundation is to enable Amir to continue his charity work with a real sense of purpose and life-changing projects, and through this work we aim to create a real legacy for not only just Amir but the whole family. As he's mentioned, there's all families involved with charity work, there's all families involved with whatever he does and supports him throughout. So we want to ensure that this legacy that he creates is passed down through generations and continues long after his boxing career finishes. We have three very clear objectives: supporting small community groups and voluntary organisations in the UK, to support and help communities where there has been a natural disaster or a humanitarian crisis anywhere across the world, and to build quality and sustainable facilities internationally and across developing countries to help and support young people and enable them to have the right start in life. The Amir Khan Foundation is not based on race, religion, creed or colour. The Amir Khan Foundation is based on need. And that need can be anywhere. And wherever that need is, if we can get there, we will ensure that we try our very best to meet that need and to support those people. Ladies and gentlemen, we can only achieve these objectives and this vision that I've set out very briefly in front of you tonight with the support and kindness that you've already shown by attending here. I hope you will all be generous as possible in supporting Amir, but don't just support Amir personally, support the vision, support what the foundation wants to do, support the people that we want to get out there and reach. The first project, as Amir's touched upon, is the one in Gambia, and that's a very, we went out there and he spoke a little about it, and I want to play a video for you before I leave, but it was a project that really, for us, meant a lot. We physically went out there and we've seen the conditions and the environment these children live in, and if you've got kids, and I know many of you have, it's heartbreaking for a parent to be out there and to see that in today's world, in 2014, there's kids out there that are living like the way these kids are. Finally, I hope you all have a wonderful and enjoyable evening. I hope you all will dig deep later on tonight. And on behalf of the foundation and Amir, I would like to thank you all for attending tonight. Thank you very much. Okay, before I do go,
so this little man here, his name is Salif. So Salif's a single parent orphan, and we're just going to go visit the parents who are looking after him at the moment. It's going to be good to go over here because we're going to get to see the way they live, the amount of poverty here in Gambia, and what these kids need, the help they need from us. We want to ask the question, how hard is it for her? We know she's a single parent. She has 5 children. How hard is it for her to cope?
And since this morning, we've visited a number of villages, and one thing that's become really, really evident is that there's such a high population of kids here. I mean, we've gone into probably 2 or 3 villages since this morning, and we've just seen kids everywhere, and the kids have been absolutely brilliant. They've been coming to us, playing football, you know, joking around, so happy and smiling. But behind that smile, there is a really sad truth and a sad fact, which is these kids don't have nowhere to go. They have no way of getting their education. The families are struggling to support them. Many of these families have got 7 to 8 children in there, so they're finding it really tough to provide for all 7, 8 kids at the same time.
Having gone to the village today has made me realise that the kids in the village have no hope. You know, their life is not going anywhere. They've got a tough life in front of them. There's no education there for them. There's no schools or anything. The parents have no money to support them in any way. But whereas I come to the orphanage, and it's amazing. I mean, the kids have hope. They have a future.
In the orphanage, what you see is they're actually in a safe environment. They've got clean sleeping facilities. The studies are here as well, and most of all, their health and safety is important. And this is what an orphanage gives around them.
They're like one big family there. Even though they've got 3 sisters that look after each other, and the discipline that they have, the respect, it just shows what an orphanage can do. And I'm sure the Amir Khan Foundation, once it builds an orphanage, it's going to go far. I'm sure that it saves so many lives every year.
I suppose, you know, when there's despair, there's always hope. And for me, the hope was Orphan Kind, you know, Penny Peel's orphanage project here in Gambia, and we showed, you know, what difference an orphanage can really make to the lives of a young child. You know, it's safe, it's clean, it's spacious. There's a set program for these kids, be it school, be it religious education, be it playtime. You know, they know that they get what we expect for any child living in the UK. They're getting it here in this orphanage in Gambia. That's what we want to do with the Amir Khan Foundation. This is the difference you can make to the lives of these kids that you're seeing here tonight in this video. These children have very little. They have very little hope. They have very little support. What we're trying to achieve with the Amir Khan Foundation is to help support these children, is to help give them a better start in life. And we can do that together. We can do that collectively tonight.
Thanks for joining me here today at the Hilton Hotel. Now we're here for one reason, is to build this orphanage. So I need your support. I need you all to dig deep and, you know, put your hands in your pocket. Every penny is going to make a massive difference to these people. I've been walking around the villages here, seeing the young kids, seeing the young families, you know, who are suffering, and only people like us can help them.
We can promise you one thing, that every single penny that we raise for this orphanage will make a huge difference to the lives of these orphans living here in Gambia. So please support these kids, please support the Amir Khan Foundation, and let's build this orphanage together.
So please show your support, and within 12 months when I come back, I want to see this place built, and I want to show you guys what your money's done.
Ladies, gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, and greetings of peace be upon you all. You can open them. I'll come back to the 20 seconds in a few minutes. Every morning, 245 million children under the age of 12 go to work. And we all have children, or we have connection with children in this society. And I want you to imagine that your child had to go to work under 12 years old every single morning in some of the most hazardous and the most difficult circumstances, what we call child labour in our community.
Out of them, 134 million will never see a school building in their life. From them, 2 million are recruited and killed as war soldiers. Another 2 million are trafficked across the world in the human slave trade. Those 20 seconds that you close your eyes for, and every 20 seconds while we're sitting here, 4 children died somewhere in the world because of very simple reasons. We all got water on our table because they didn't have access to water. They didn't have access to food and medication. Every 20 seconds. And the Gambia, unfortunately, is no different from those parts of the world that we're here for tonight. But it doesn't have to be like that. We can change those 20 seconds to 20 minutes, to 20 hours, to 20 days. But to do that, we need to come forward and realize what the vision is. What is the dream? When you look at these children, what do you see in their eyes? They have a dream. They have a vision. They have aspirations, just like our children do. We push and shove our children to get into school every morning, to go to university, to get a decent job. They don't need pushing and shoving. They just want an opportunity. They just want a chance. They just want a glimmer that the doors open. And this complex, this community hub that we're about to create in the Gambia is that vision. It's the vision where the orphans who have no one to care for them have a safe haven. It's for the children in the local area that can get to a school because there is no school. It's a local community to come to the mosques where they can join hands and reflect upon what's happening to them. It's for the community, the mothers, to come together, get involved in livelihood, start to make a trade for themselves. And I want to share with you a story of a young girl that I look after. She's now a doctor. It didn't cost me a lot. I looked after her for several years in another part of the world. Every day when she goes to look after a patient and she prescribes medication or saves their life, it goes into my account. The other young girl I look after, she has dreams to become a teacher. And every time once she becomes a teacher, she stands in front of the classroom. It's as though I'm standing in front of the classroom. That's the vision. And they both come from very difficult areas similar to the Gambia. That is the vision. We want you to share the vision with us. This complex, you know, when it comes to giving to charity, we want to sacrifice the things that we don't really like. I don't like this jacket, it's out of fashion, that's what I want to give away. I want to give away as least of my income as possible. Well, this complex is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a beacon within that area of how we can bring change. And change hasn't just come to that young girl that I'm looking after. It's come to the entire family. Many of you here are from Indo-Pak. When your fathers came here, they were working in the mills around the corner from here. And they struggled for years and years and years to get you to school, to get you to university. And once you got to university or you set up a business, it didn't just change your life, it changed your family's life. It changed the community where you live, it changed their life. And that's what will happen here in the Gambia as well. It won't just change the life of those children, it will change the life of their families and the entire community. Not just for one day. It's a game changer. It's like winning the lottery for them. This is a £500,000 complex. It will look after 100 orphans, plus nearly 400 children that will come to the school. On top of that, the entire families and their community. I want to focus on the children. That's what we're here for. They're the future. They're the ones that are going to bring the change. So it costs roughly £1,000 per child. Not just once. It's not like sponsoring a child. It is £1,000 for the rest of their life. When they move on and they get educated, they get a job, they move on. What happens? Another child will come in their place. It's £1,000 for life. Now before I ask you, some of you might not be accustomed to what I'm going to ask you to do tonight. And the reason I'm going to ask you to do it is that you motivate those around you to take action. I can easily walk off the stage tonight with this message and that's it, and tell you to fill the form in. Not all of us will fill the form in, but I want everyone to fill the form in tonight. But before I ask you, I want you to ask a question. Has anybody here ever given money to charity and felt poorer the next day? Felt they've lost something? No. Charity doesn't decrease wealth. It increases wealth. It purifies our wealth. And it brings change, not into just our life. It brings change into the life of the community that we're about to help tonight. And the second thing is, what you're going to do tonight is not just a one-off occasion. It will carry on for decades and decades and decades to come. Long after we've left this world, we won't be here any longer. That's how long the change will take for us in the Gambia, because of your support. What I'm going to ask for is I'm asking for people to create a partnership with ourselves, the Amir Khan Foundation, and yourself. You might be a business. There's some people here from Bolton Football Club. You might be a family, a group of friends, an organization that come together. I'm asking you to make a commitment this evening, a pledge. You might have the money. You might be able to raise the money. You might want help to raise the money. We'll help you to raise the money. And Amir will be with you all along the way. He's not going to walk out here tonight and that's his off for his next fight. This is his responsibility. He's made a promise. And we've made a promise in this room by attending tonight that we're going to change that community. We're going to show it as a beacon for the world of what you can do when you come together. So we want to build a partnership with you, whether you're an individual, as I said, as you're a business, whatever you might be. I'm going to give everybody a chance here to get involved tonight. I'm going to start at the very top. I'm asking for someone to make a commitment, to make a pledge. You might raise the money in a week, you might need a few months. As Amir said, the next 12 months is the construction phase. You might need 12 months. I don't mind how much time you need, I need the commitment. That we can go back and say, you know, we've raised the money, and you know what else is beautiful about tonight? Whatever you put your hand up for, it'll be matched by another partner. And we'll have the entire village completed. So can we get the lights on a little bit? What I'm looking for to start us off is somebody here in this room. I just need one person that's willing to make the commitment and say, I'm willing to partner with Amir Khan and the foundation and we'll raise the money. You want to put an event together to raise the money, an activity, a dinner, whatever it might be, Amir will be there. That's his promise. Am I right? He'll be there. We discussed it before I came here this evening. I want you to promise that you'll be there and he will be there. Whatever you do to raise the money, he'll be there. They will endorse it for you. What I'm looking for is one beautiful hand, and we'll move further down. Somebody is willing to make a commitment. And I said, you can dictate the time. You can dictate what part of the village you want the money to go to, what part of the complex. But it's equal to looking after 50 children, not just once. Not just for their lives, but it's 50 children year after year after year, decade after decade after decade. Is there somebody here? I need to ask this question because there might be somebody here. We might be blessed with a beautiful hand in this room that's willing to make a commitment and say, I'm willing to do it. Activity, Amir will be there to support you, as I mentioned. We'll give you the full backing. And you can dictate that you need 3 months, 6 months, you need a year, whatever it might be. Is there anybody here in this room? And if you come together as a business, as an organization, or friends, look at each other. Say, do we want to do this? Do we want to do something a little bit different? And make 20, 14, and 15 years to remember that we actually left behind a legacy. Is there anybody that's willing to do that before I go a little bit further down? I need one beautiful hand. Do we have? Over here. Give them a round of applause. We can give them a bigger round of applause than that. Come on. Thank you. Is there anybody else that wants to match his pledge? We want to raise £250,000 here tonight. And that'll make sure the entire village is funded. That's it. We can move on to another part of the world. Is there anybody else that wants to make the same commitment before I take you further down? Think of it. You then have a vision, a purpose of where your money is going. And we'll fly you out to the Gambia. You can see the construction taking place. You can see the end result. You can visit as often as you like. Is there anybody else? And again, now you know what it's about, the courage. What's the question I asked you earlier? Has anybody ever given money in charity and felt poorer the day after? I guarantee you haven't. That money's been replaced over and over and over again, cleanses our wealth. Do you have anybody else before I take you further down? Let me take you further down. And again, Amir will be there. Whatever you're doing, he'll be there to support you. I'm looking for maybe 2 hands that can help me with a commitment of £25,000 and give me the space and the access for 25 children and their families. Amir, you want to come up? Come on then. Do we have 2 people? Or 1 hand that needs to get us going that can make a commitment to look after 25 children?
You know, just want to say, you know, when the first one, when you said 50,000, I mean, I'll give an example. I'm happy to back any of your charity event that you do. So you might put an event on like this. I'm willing to come, promote it, tweet it that I'm going to be at this event. It could be anywhere in England. It'll be your event, but obviously you're raising the money for the orphanage. That's the way we're saying. I mean, we'll give an example. Every event that we go to, that I've been to, mashallah, we've raised about 100,000 minimum. I mean, just last week. Saturday. Exactly, last Saturday. So that's what it means. I mean, just for those that you don't understand, I mean, for you that don't know what he's on about, that's his own I was thinking, what's the answer? Knock you out, man.
Well, look, stay here. Look, he's willing to come to the event or whatever activity the guys put together. Of course. And we did that on Saturday night. We raised nearly £100,000 on Saturday in Banbury. Do we have 1 hand that can make a commitment to look after 25 children? Not just once, for the rest of their life, and then move on to the next 25. They'll just carry on and on and on and create a haven for them. Is there anybody that can give me a commitment to 25,000 and look after 25 children, 25 orphan children, 25 children within that family? Do we have 1 hand? And again, you can dictate that I'm going to do it in 3 months or 6 months, whatever it might be. I just need the commitment. We need to know what money we have in this room, so we know exactly what other efforts that we need to make to try and move forward. Is there one beautiful hand who wants to create a partnership with the Amir Khan Foundation? And again, look, as a business, I'll tell you, it's going to give you great benefits. Just being linked with somebody as beautiful as this. Is there anybody out there, 1 hand that can give me a commitment to 25,000? Before I take you over there, thank you. Give them a round of applause over there. Brilliant. No, we can clap louder than that. Come on. Thank you, sir. Do we have a second hand? I need 2. I need 1 more hand. Is that another hand there? Thank you. Give them a round of applause as well. Brilliant. Can we get a 3rd hand? And again, if you've come from outside Manchester, you want Amir Khan to come to your area, whether it's in Bradford or whatever it might be, he'll be there. Is there anybody else that can give me a commitment to 25,000 before I go a little bit further down? Is there 1 more beautiful hand before I take you further down? Let me take you a little bit further down then. Let me take you down to £10,000, and you'll be looking after 10 children's space, basically giving access to 10 children to the school, the community centre, the orphan home itself, and everything else that goes with it, and their families. Lady over here, thank you. Give her a round of applause. Brilliant. Thank you. I need 10 hands in this room that can make a commitment of 10,000. That's 1. Over here. Give them a round of applause as well. Thank you. No, we can clap louder than that. I want you to imagine I'm introducing Amir Khan on stage. That's what I want to hear. Where's hand number 3? I need 8 more hands that can give me a commitment of 10,000 over here. Give them a round of applause as well. Thank you. 7 more. Sorry? Yeah, just keep your hands up the volunteers that come round. Do we have 7? Hand number 4. I'm sure there's at least 10 people in this room that have £10,000 in their pocket right now. I'll be very frank with you. Or I'm going to take the cars and sell them off. Seriously, who's our fourth hand that can make a commitment of £10,000 this evening? You'll be looking after 10 children. And I want you to think about this. Those 10 children could become teachers. Every day they stand in front of a classroom of 30, 40 children. And they go on to become something. Think of this, a pyramid. You have the knowledge that you left behind people. Not one hand to get us going easily. Surely 2,500 is not a difficult amount. Do we have one hand to get us going? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, one hand at 2,500, and the other 3 or 4 will start coming, guaranteed. There must be one hand to help me to look after 2/3 children. People that can look after and hold the hand of a child. Think about this. We spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds on our one child to get them to life at university or business or whatever. I'm asking to give me £1,000 to change the life of that child over and over again. Another one over there. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. We need 3 more hands. This should be the easy amount. Over here, give him a round of applause as well. This 1,000 should be the easy amount. Do we have 2 more hands to get us to 10? 2 more people that can hold the hand of one child and give them that life-changing moment to help them to fulfill their dreams, visions and aspirations. Is that hand over there? Thank you. Give them a round of applause as well. Just keep your hand over there. Just over there. Lovely. And one more before I move further down. One more hand. Let me make it a little bit easier for you. You might want to set it up as a standing order. I think it comes in at £83 a month for the next 12 months. You can do that as well. That's under £20 a week. Divide that by 7, £3 a day. It's a cup of coffee you're giving away. That's all you're doing. You have another 1,000 over there as well. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. Lovely. Let me take you further down. Do we have 10 people that can commit £500 each this evening? Do you have 10 hands that can commit 500 before we finish off? Surely we have 10 people that can make a commitment to £500 and give me a share in looking after a child. Do you have 1 hand to get us going? 2, thank you, lovely. 8 more hands of exactly what the project's about. Maybe some of you don't want to lift your hand up. The reason we ask you to do it is to motivate others. And I'm sure some of you, by putting your hand up, motivated others. Do it quietly. Give it to one of the volunteers before you leave. May God bless you, and I hope you have a pleasant evening. You want to say anything?
No, I just want to say one thing. You know, I'm very blessed to have a daughter of my own, Lamaisa. And I don't know if you look at the booklet, there's a picture of me holding a little girl who's the same age as my daughter, and I can just, you know, she was crying when I was holding her, and I said to her mother, I go, is it because she doesn't like me or anything? She goes, no, she's been hungry for hours and hours. We just don't have no food to give her. So I, you know, because I had no milk or anything to give her, I mean, so obviously I went in the car and I got a bottle of water and she drank it and she kept quiet. So I can never imagine my own daughter being in that position. And I'm sure you lot can't do that for your own kids, you know what I mean? So, you know, every penny, like I said, is going to make a massive difference for these people. It's going to go a long, long way. So I hope you guys, you know, think through this. And, you know, we all do good things and bad things, but I'll tell you one thing, I mean, doing this good deed, you know, it might be hard putting your hand up at the start, but after it, I can promise you, after a day or two, you know, you'll feel so much happy because you're saving lives, and that's what you're doing. So I just want to say thank you to those who donated. Put your hands up. Thank you very much, and I'll just pass it on back to you.
Lovely, and I'm sure that everybody in this room that hasn't put their hand up is going to do it quietly. May God bless you all. I'll pass you back to Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. That was Naeem Raza. Definitely a guy you need to have on your side when you need to do a whip round. He's also a great warm-up comedian. I'm going to take him on tour with him to get the audience to laugh for half an hour before I go on. And now it's my job to make you feel a little less guilty about having dinner tonight. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have some extreme entertainment while the food comes out, so you can stay where you are. I'm going to ask Johnny Strange to come on. I was Johnny Strange's warm-up, and now you're going to see some proper entertainment. So please enjoy your food, give generously, and please will you welcome, and you can still eat, please will you welcome Johnny Strange.
Of course, Johnny Strange, and I'm about to perform a series of amazing feats for your entertainment. But first, I'm going to show you a little something that I learned back in school. Well, I say learn, I was actually running with a pair of scissors, and the rest, as they say, is history. Here we go. Now, if you have a camera, I suggest you get it out now. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the world's worst arts and crafts accident. It's okay. You can't clap. It's just a man with scissors in his face. Now, my favourite part, the extraction. Here we go. It's my favourite part. But I didn't come all this way just to do that. So I brought with me a power drill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real power drill. It does not collapse, it does not retract, and it will be making its way deep into the center of my skull. Here we go. You're looking at me like I'm mad. It's not brain surgery. Although, when the drill is all the way in, it's just 3 millimeters from my brainstem. Here we go. Let's do this. Power drill in the skull. Come on, you can put your hands together for that. Oh no, wait a minute. I think it's stuck. Luckily, there's a button just here for this exact situation. Here we go. Reverse, back out. And in. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 bogeys. Yummy. But that was just the appetizer, because it gets better from here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to demonstrate the deadly and ancient art of sword swallowing. Now, for those of you that don't know what sword swallowing is, I will place this blade at the back of my throat. I will lean back, hyperextending my neck. I will then slide the blade down my esophagus. It will push my lungs to the side, nudge my heart to the left, and finally rest at the very bottom of my stomach. Here we go. But first, a little lubricant. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Sword swallowing. And if you look closely, you can see breakfast. Now, I expect there to be some people out there that don't believe that sword swallowing is real. And I've thought of that because most people think that the blade collapses into the handle. So I have with me a blade with no handle. Hopefully this will prove to the people out there that doubt that this is real, that it is very real. Here we go. Thank you very much. But for this next sword, I'm going to require a volunteer. Now, let's see if we can spot a volunteer out there. Someone who would like to come up on stage and help me. Let's see.
200 it is, turning to you, sir. At 250, thank you. At 250. Sir, you can't let him have it, 250. Say 300. No, at 250. 250 it is. What do you want me to sell it to at 250? What? Carry on, 250. 250 I have. 250 once to this man. Once at 250. Twice at 250. Are we done? Selling then. 250. Now, sir, we've got another one for you. Rag one round the M62 in the early hours of the morning and take a few millimeters of rubber off the AMG and hand it back to Mercedes, and it needs to go to the garage for some decent training. Well, be my guest, ladies and gentlemen, your own Mercedes for a weekend. Start me here. Couple of £100 for the use of a fabulous AMG Mercedes, kindly donated by Liverpool Mercedes. Couple of £100 here, a couple of hundred, 200 I've got, 300 it is back there, right at the back at 300 it is. At 300 do we have £400? At 300 right at the back. 300, do we have four anywhere? Do we have four anywhere? £300. £300, is that it? Is that all we're going to do for right at the back at 300? That seems so cheap at 300. 300, is there 350 anywhere? Is there 350? Is there 350? At £300, all the way back there, for your very own Mercedes. £300, 300. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your next lot. This is the footballing greats, the modern footballing greats. Here we are being held up here, the World Cup Golden Ball winner, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi Barcelona, signed by Lionel Messi, signed by Cristiano Ronaldo, and it lights up as well. What a fabulous lot this is. Signed by them, a great piece of memorabilia, ordain anybody's business, home, etc. Start me here. Start me at 500, 500, 500 pounds, 500, 600, 700, 700, 800, 900, 900, 900. Is there any advance at 900? £1,000 I've got. At 1,000 it is down here. At £1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,100. 1,500. £2,000. 2,500, sir. 2,500. 3,000. Right, I'll stop you there. I'll stop you there. There's another one. We've got 2. 3 grand. Maximum at 3, and that's a bonus. He's got 3 for one. Do you want to go 3 for the other? Go on. 3,001, 3,001. Both of you at £3,100. Give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Sold. Now, this is a lot I've been looking forward to selling. Because apparently in May, Amir is fighting this man here. Amir's fighting this man, Mayweather here, fighting Mayweather. I believe he's got the most ridiculous nicknames. King Khan is the best one. He's called TBE. What does that mean? Pretty boy? Please, honestly. But anyway, I hope you thrash him. I really, we all hope you thrash him. But still, we're here to sell it. We're here to raise some charity, some money for charity. Star me for the glove, signed by Mayweather, £500. £500. At 500. 500. Don't be embarrassed. I know Amir's here. You can bid. It all goes to charity. £500. Do I have £500 anywhere? Is that it? No bids at 5. 5, 6. Go on, go 8, sir. 500 we've got. No, sir, right at the back. Stop waving like that with both arms. I have 5, I'm looking for 6. I'm looking for £600. Is there 6? 600. 600, is there 6 I've got? 6. 600 with an arm. 6, sir, go 7. Just, it's good fun. Go on, feel good. It's great. 600 I've got with a man walking away at 600. £700 somewhere. 700 I've got there at 700. At £700. Is there 8 anywhere? Is there 8? 800 I have at 800. 800 it is over there. 800 to my left. Do I have 9 anywhere? Is 9 anywhere in the room? 800. There's a noise somewhere. Does that mean somebody's bidding? I have 800. Where are we? Where are we? 800 I have. Is there 9 anywhere? I'll take a 50. £800 to my left. Once, twice. 800 and it's sold. Is that man over there? Stick your hand up at £800. There we are. Gentleman over in the far corner. Thank you. Yeah, Lewis. So here we are. Probably Britain's finest racing driver, bar Nigel. We all remember Nigel Mansell, don't we? But no, Lewis Hamilton. This is a signed jumpsuit, beautifully framed, in contemporary framing here, beautifully framed. Lewis Hamilton, start me here at £500. 500, signed, the world champion 2008, looking for £500. £500. At 500. Is there any bids at £500? Lewis Hamilton here at 500. £500. At 500, if I can't even get a hand at 500, I'll move this one on to the next one. £500. Lewis Hamilton, signed jumpsuit, the Mercedes-Benz driver, second in the World Championships as we speak. He could win it this year. He won it in 2008. He could win it again. 500. 500. Is there 500? At £500 anyway. 500. I've got 500. I got him here at 500 at £500. At 500. Amir, I could do with a bit more. Could you just double that and make 1,000? What? 500 is...
They're just too cool to wait for your applause.
Thank you, guys. I bet you can't wait to go home. Everyone's looking at the clocks, man.
They deserve it, they all came an hour late, so...
It's their own fault.
Okay, before Amir does the thank yous and the sort of closing remarks and wishes you all a safe journey home, would you all like to know how much we raised tonight? Would you all like to know how much we raised tonight? You have been absolutely amazing. Including the table sales, including the auction items, including some very, very generous donations from a lot of friends and associates here this evening, we have raised a staggering £218,000. Give yourselves a huge round of applause, everyone. Huge round of applause. Because of that huge amount of fundraising, we can confidently say that the work on this the work for the foundation on this particular project in Gambia will go well underway with the Penny Appeal team that are here tonight, and we will be starting construction back into this year, and we'd like to be here in 12 months' time and show you another video tonight.
What did we get? 280, you said?
218.
Or 218?
218, yeah. Target was 250, so...
Bonnie, you want to make it to 250, Bonnie? Bonnie, you want to make it 250? It's 218 at the moment. Do you want to push it to 250? Sorry? That's a no.
You're saying where the rest of your friends are gone? What are you picking on me for? No, you've all been absolutely amazing. You know, we'll be back here in a year's time, and you know, I'm really looking forward to playing a video in a year's time and show you what your money's done and what difference that offering is going to make. So thank you all very much. I'll hand over to Amir and he'll say a few thank yous to the sponsors.
Hi everyone, I just want to say thank you very much for all the donations, for you lot to turn up today, taking time out to attend this event. Just want to say thank you to all the people who donated. I mean, every penny is going to make a massive difference to these people, to these young children in Gambia, and in a year's time we're going to come back and we're going to show you the work that's been done there with your help. So I want to say thank you to 360 Travels for being a sponsor, Penny Appeal, who are our teaming, who are part of the team, Mercedes Liverpool, thank you very much, Shimla's in Bradford. If I was you, don't eat there, man. It's in Bradford. Trust me. The joke is sick. 13 Lifestyle Clothing Group. Thank you. And Michael at Placio. Thank you very much, Michael, for all your help and everyone else. I think we're going to call it a night now.
Yep, and I also thank the team of photographers. I want to give a special thank you to a young man that stood over there. His name's Cameron from WC Media. He's the one who produced them videos, absolutely stunning and committed a lot of time. Put your hands together for Cammy, please.
And also can I say a big thank you to Omid Jalili, for all the...
Omid, come on stage, mate.
Omid, come on stage, man.
Give it up for Omid Jalili, guys. Come on, give it up.
Tonight we've raised 218,000, which represents half my fee for tonight. So I hope we can come back next year and you can pay the rest of it. Thank you very much.
And also Naeem Raza, is he still here?
Naeem Raza.
Just want to say thank you to him. Naeem Raza.
Come on stage.
Come on stage. Thank you very much.
You played a huge part tonight because you raised £165,000 on the stage. Give a huge round of applause to Naeem Raza, please. And I hope you all enjoyed the food. Huge thanks to Fayil, Raj, I think Martin's in the kitchen somewhere. Thank you all for your support. I think that wraps it up. Patrick, amazing artwork. Patrick came all the way from Cardiff, guys, to be here with us tonight. Got a train all the way from Cardiff to paint that. Show some appreciation to Patrick, please. Thank you very much, Patrick. You raised £3,000 with that, mate. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank all the friends and family of Amir's who've come and travelled all the way from around the UK for being here tonight. We wish you all the best, wish you a safe journey home, and we'll see you again very soon. Jazakallah khair, assalamu alaikum.